Yeah, she a boss with different flavors. Got the sauce, do it in major. Get it on her own, don't need no favors. Got a bag ballin' like the Lakers. Ooh, yeah. She got the juice. Ooh, yeah. Come and get Pearl by mail.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Melian. Alright, so I'm here today once again with another video. Now, this is a bit different from what I usually do, but yeah, let's get right into it, okay? So, we're going to be sipping some tea today, so whatever you have, you know, I just have some juice in here, and we're just going to be... Alright, let's get ready to chit-chat.
You both said today that you love each other, and I believe it, but I'm trying to tell you, love is not enough for a successful marriage. There's so many other things that go in it. It's not just about you anymore. Latasha Jordan.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Brian Leonard.
Yes, Your Honor.
To court today. You are suing to recover the cost of a security deposit. I understand the two of you have been in a relationship for the last 4 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Things have not been going well recently, and you say if he doesn't change his ways, you're ready to move on.
Yes.
Okay, why don't you give me some background?
Okay.
One thing, you know, why do women always say, if it doesn't change, then I'll move on? You've been with him for 4 years. I'm pretty sure that's not the first time that you've brought this up. And he still hasn't changed, but you still want to wait more time, what, 4 more years? Like, that shit don't make sense to me. I'm sorry. Excuse my language, but that does not make sense to me. Either you leave, and then if you really want to, you do the work and change. But if you keep saying, I'm gonna change, if you don't change, I'm gonna leave, he ain't never gonna change, because he knows that you've been saying that for a long time, and you still here. He never gonna change, okay? And first of all, a person changes when they want to. That's what I had to say. But let's keep
Mr. Leonard met in 2016. Ever since that day, we've been always attached to each other. Everything was good.
Been inseparable?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Everything was going good. And then just within, I think, the first year, it started to go downhill. I'm just tired of the mess, and I need to get down to the bottom of either he's going to be true to this relationship, or we just not going to be making it.
So that's the last 4 years. That's a long time. Mr. Leonard,
Yeah.
what do you say is happening here?
Within our relationship, I know I've done some wrong things, but love is not enough sometimes.
Right.
I need more than just physical attraction. I need mental, financial stability, and things of that nature. So I'm here to let her know I do love her, but things need to change for us to be better in life.
Because the two of you are not engaged.
No.
No.
But you live together.
Yes.
You've talked about marriage.
Correct.
And that's also one of the issues. You said that you feel that Mr. Leonard was living a double life. The two of you are in an open relationship?
It is an open relationship with rules. We're in a
So
we're
there
in
are
a committed
parameters to the level of openness.
First of all, they ain't... Yo, people make me laugh. Like, there is no open relationship with rules. Like, what does that even mean? Yo, let's just keep on watching, because I don't know what y'all women think. There's no open relationship with rules. That doesn't exist. Like, where?
levels.
Explain it to me.
Right.
We both have different sexual appetites, and we both agreed to let each other explore our different sexual appetites with the permission of the other. He has not been doing that. He's been going on his own without any permission, and a lot of stuff that he's doing, I'm finding out either last minute or from somebody else, or I'm finding it myself.
Have you ever given him permission?
Yes, I have gave him permission, and that's why with the 2-year relationship that he had with that girl, it was unnecessary because you were lying to do it versus asking for permission to do something I really would give you permission to do.
Okay, what do you have to say about the level of openness the two of you have?
Well, to be honest with you, relationship with Becky, I do have
Who's Becky?
The girl he was in a 2-year relationship with.
Right?
2-year relationship. I do have a fetish for white women. I like to have sex with white women. I do understand.
Hold up now. Hold up. All right. I have too many things to say. Okay, so first of all, how can you have an open relationship with permission? Like, how? Like, I don't understand the concept of that. Like, how does that work? Like, if you're gonna give the man permission anyway, why would he have to tell you? Because men have this thing where it's like they don't want to have to ask you to do things, because that's kind of like, they might as well just leave at home with their mama. You know what I'm saying? So if you decided to have an open relationship with her man, like, think about it, right? So if you keep asking your mama for that one thing, like, for example, there's something in the fridge, every time you go and you ask your mama for it, she says yes, she said yes. But at the third time, you're not gonna even gonna ask her because you already know that she's gonna say yes, so you just take it. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. And this is the other thing. Like he has a fetish with white women, but he's with a black woman. Like that doesn't make sense to be like, sis, why are you with him? Like guys, I've already watched this video, but I was just like, why is she with him? Like he like that pisses me off. If he likes white women so much, then he should go ahead and date white women. Why is he with you? Huh?
I do understand that relationship did get out of hand, and I didn't know how to reel that relationship in. I feel like I was being more untruthful to her than I was to her. Because
Becky?
Yeah. Because I was leading her on, and I really didn't want anything with her.
This is ridiculous.
You know.
So the
Yo, I'm
issue
sorry if I keep
is
pausing, but-
the two of you agreed you could see people outside of your relationship as long as you were honest about it.
Correct.
You're saying he wasn't honest because he did not tell you about Becky. So if it's not an issue, if you're honest, why not just tell her about Becky?
I could take full responsibility for that.
Right.
Because I would
But
rather
he's
do
not.
it and tell you if you ask me, hey, were you involved with someone
That's
else?
not true.
Yes.
So you just
That's
want
what I was
to
saying
cheat
about
the
men.
regular
Like,
way.
he's
You
not
feel
gonna
like
ask you.
getting permission to step out is
That's
just not
kinda
that's
odd.
not
Like,
regular.
Permission, that feels too much like you his mama. You're not his mother.
I've been wanting to know this. Maybe you can clear this up for me. Does Becky put raisins in her potato salad?
I don't know. I ain't never had a potato salad. I didn't get that far with her. You
Yo,
know what I mean?
this
I
is
mean, we didn't
ridiculous.
cross
It's
those
a question
barriers.
that's been bugging me for a long
but
time. I
I
thought
don't
maybe
know
you
about
clear it
potato
up.
salad. And I don't eat everybody potato salad, so, you know, I probably would have tried that.
I talked about him and Becky a day before we were supposed to move into the house.
Okay, so then why'd you move in?
He moved me in.
No.
Yes.
Why
I'm
did
telling
you move in?
When I
He
got off
didn't
of work,
physically pick you up and move you into
when
the
I got
house.
home from
Right,
work,
right.
only thing was left in my apartment was a couch and my clothes.
So
Now, I don't care. I don't like when women be like, oh, like people in relationship be like, oh, I did this because of him. No, you still had a choice, and you made your choice. Even if you move every last thing in your apartment, girl, you'll be like, I'm not going nowhere. You go get somebody, go pick up your stuff, something. If she didn't really want to move, she didn't have to. She wanted to move with him.
ask him not to?
Yeah, and then for the first month, I was telling him I didn't think I needed to be there.
No, you know what, Ms. Jordan, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When you say
Oh, she
he
gonna
moved
get
you
her.
in, he did not physically force you to go into that home. You had a choice not to go.
You're right.
So I'm not going to accept, even if every piece of furniture you have was moved into that apartment, you didn't have to
Right.
go. And you could have moved your stuff right back out. I don't think he would have blocked you from doing that. So you made a choice. So you found out about Becky the day before, but you continued to move in as planned. Am I correct, sir?
Correct.
So why did you come clean about Becky the day before?
He did.
I did.
Becky
I got
called me.
How did you get caught?
Becky called me.
I actually got a new truck, and I wasn't accustomed to the Bluetooth situation,
He said he was going to his facility.
which I was.
And when I got off work, I was calling him because he
Yo,
was on
the
the
fact that
diet,
they're on
and I was
TV
picking him up
calling
something from the
this
store.
woman
And when I called him, he wasn't answering the phone. He called me back like 2 minutes or 3 minutes later. I feel like he had to probably pull over because the girl was in the car with him. When he went into the store and called me back, the girl got my number off the display because for 3 years I'm still not saved in his phone. I still got a regular number. He talked about he needed for remember. So the girl called me, and when she called me, I picked up the phone. I'm like, hello, and she like, is this Tasha? I said, yes, who is this? She said, well, you have a relationship with Brian. How long y'all been talking? I said, we've been together for 2 years. Who are you? And she was like, she was finna
Yo,
say
he's
something,
so
and then the phone
unbothered.
snatched out her hand. By that time, he had already, because I was on the other line with him when she called me.
I guess I don't understand why we're here 2 years later. That happened 2 years ago.
Because
Exactly.
it's still happening. So
Well, it's still happening.
it's
but you're
still
allowing
happening
it to
because
happen.
he's steady
You-
telling
you-
me
you-
he's telling me he loved me. He won't be me. It's not happening.
Miss
And then I'm steady
Jordan,
finding out
Miss
about it.
Jordan, this is about to be a real reality check for you today. That was 2 years ago, and you're here complaining about it still happening. Okay, I'm not even going to look at Mr. Leonard. I'm looking at you now because it's still happening because you're allowing it to still happen because you're choosing to stay in a relationship with Mr. Leonard, a relationship that you don't want. He got caught. You still moved in a day later. You didn't even process it for 48 hours. And you say, oh, well, he moved me in. Nope. You moved in on your own because that's what you wanted to do. And it's so evident that you have all of these issues. And so now, and you're telling me that this relationship has been going on for 2 additional years. That's what Mr. Leonard wants. So what do you want? You want him to change? You want him to be somebody
Exactly.
different?
He's getting everything he wants. You living with him, First of all, you're living with him. He's getting probably free food. He's getting free sex. He's getting everything, and plus he gets to have his other thing on the side. Girl, he ain't never gonna change. He ain't never gonna change. He's getting everything he wants. He doesn't even have to marry you. Nothing. Okay? He's too comfortable.
Then who he is?
I don't want to be in a
You literally told Mr. Leonard that you would give him permission, and he still didn't tell you. He was still dishonest about it. So you gonna break your back bending over backwards if you bend over any further. Whose idea was it to have an open relationship?
Mine.
Do the two of you swing?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
But he does.
I don't understand why. Like, somebody explain to me, why does it matter whether he tells her who he's dealing with? I guess because she wants to kind of, maybe she wants to protect herself, or I don't know what. But it's like, it doesn't matter, right? Because anyway, you don't really know that person like that. You're never going to get to know the other person that he's having sex with like that anyway. You don't know what kind of spirit, what kind of demon they carry, like all of that. So to me, this whole thing doesn't make sense. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Because if I ask you and I know you're going to say yes anyway, I'm going to do it without asking you. Like, I don't get it.
On his own.
That's not true.
He's
very true.
not abiding by those rules.
He's not abiding by any of the rules we have set for our relationship.
No.
So what happened? With that? Why do you say he's venturing out on his own?
Like a few weeks ago, he went to Houston for a football event. From the time he left to go to Houston and come back home, he was supposed to be back home no later than 3 o'clock in the morning. He didn't come home to almost 5 or 6 that morning, and he was talking crazy because he was drunk still. But then he ate and got in bed and went to sleep. When he got in bed and went to sleep, I woke up and he didn't have nothing on. So I'm like, we didn't have sex while he ain't got no clothes on. So I get up and I go look on the other side of the bed. I look at his pants, his shirt, his shoes, everything there but his drawers.
So you telling me I can't get in my own bed without no underwear on?
I've just asking a question. Were they missing or not, sir?
They were missing. I can't argue with the fact that they were missing.
What happened?
I actually did stop at a friend's that she's been with me before at this friend's house, and I just got caught in an entrapment.
But you went to the house yourself.
But I wasn't really trying to get into anything. It wasn't supposed to be that way. But when I got there, things.
You just dropping in to say hello?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. But when I got there, somebody wanted me to say hello another way.
At 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, at 3 o'clock in the morning.
So do you always drop in to say hello to your friends at 3 o'clock in the morning?
No, not
with no other ulterior motive?
No.
This certain friend house, we both have been to, and we both agreed that this friend house is a fun house to go to. He could have easily called me and said, babe, you want to meet me here, or I'm about to go here.
Because you would have gone too.
He didn't want her there. He didn't want her there because he wanted to enjoy it all by himself. When they tell you men are like, what they say, predators? Yeah, very territorial. Yeah, he didn't want her there. He wanted to enjoy it all by himself. And he doesn't look that emotionally attracted, or it doesn't even look like he's that interested in her anyway. Because he done came on national TV to say that he more involved emotionally and mentally or whatever with Becky. He felt like he was cheating with Becky. On Becky with her. Mind you, he's in a whole relationship with her. Like, he didn't want her there.
I would either met him there because I think that weekend I was trying to get out. I wanted to have some fun because I had been stuck in the house. And he went and it was nothing.
I have to say, Miss Jordan is more open than most women I see in my courtroom. It appears all you have to do is ask permission in this relationship and it's all yours.
We both know that she has also practiced those same practices.
Okay.
So, with that being said, that you can't call the kettle black whenever you're doing the same thing.
So,
true.
Okay. So you're doing the same thing?
That's not true.
You have done the same thing.
No, I have not. I've not stepped out
on
on him without him knowing anything. Everything I've done, he's known about it.
So
I've not had no
she's
sexual
caught
relationship
you.
with nobody.
Do you have any
sexual
proof?
relationship.
Yes.
What's your proof?
We're sitting at the bar at a restaurant way away from our house. We're about 30, 45 minutes away from where we live.
Tell me what happened.
We're sitting there, and it's 2 women sitting beside me, and she was like, well, that's the girl that you seen in my phone last night. But how do you know what she looked like, other than online? Well, I met up with her a couple weeks ago. Oh, you did? So the girl, when she goes to the bathroom, the girl asks me, are we okay? Like, she really is a part of what we got going on. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I already knew about it. I had to play it off and say, I already knew about you, because I didn't know until the end. Because she didn't tell me.
So that was somebody that you say she was sleeping with?
I don't know what they did.
No.
Okay, so you don't know.
never
I just
know.
asked you what your proof was, but you said you don't know.
No, that means if you're going out, period, on a date with somebody other than me,
They went out on a date?
No.
yes.
You say no?
No.
So what is the relationship that you want?
I mean, I want a friend. I want a friend. I want a partner. And I feel like I have to pay for everything. I feel like I have another dependent. We had a situation where I paid mortgage, right? And we were splitting the mortgage at the time. But we weren't even splitting it. I was paying $1,000, she was paying $500. It was a time where I didn't go to work for a couple weeks, and I didn't have all of the money that I needed, right? And that very rarely happens. But I was
No,
at
that
work.
happens
I was
often.
I was at work getting the money. So when I get home with the money, maybe 3 or 4 days after the bill was due, I'm counting on her $500 to come through.
Right.
She spent it.
Spent it on what?
I don't know.
So how'd you pay the rent or the
I had
mortgage?
I had to spend $1,500.
Well, how often does that happen?
Before we moved in together, it happened
Mom,
every month.
hold on a second,
It
ma'am. I
happened
wanna hear from you.
every month to today. I've had to help her with something. Whether it's fixing your car, whether it's getting you to work, whether it's always
So
something.
does she make enough money or is she just not managing it?
No, she doesn't make enough money.
What do you have to say about that, ma'am?
I take care of my own self. I got 2 kids, and I know how to take care of me and my kids. I didn't need that much help like he's saying, but like he needs somebody to take care of him. I've never been with a man that didn't take care of me. I've never had to ask of nobody for anything because whoever I was with always took care of that.
So why-
And that's how I was That's how I was brought up. That my man is supposed to take care of me, and I'm supposed to take care of my kids and my household. That's how I grew up. When I met him, he knew that, and we talked about that, and that was the whole purpose of us moving in together. Because he was like, I can take care of you. That's not a problem.
When he talks about
If you don't tell a girl now that you gonna move her in and take care of her, you're gonna take care of her? You're gonna take care of her. Yo, he really played himself, talking about it's always something. So why doesn't he leave? I mean, both of them should just leave if they're not that happy. Like,
the two of you decided to split the rent payments, he's paying $1,000, you're paying $500, is that actually the agreement?
No.
That's not the
that
agreement?
wasn't the
No, that
agreement?
wasn't the agreement.
Ma'am, please speak to me and answer my question.
No, it wasn't. First of all, it wasn't $500. He was asking for $600. After the first month, I told him I could not help him with half of the rent. I know he could take care of the inside of the bills.
But you did help the first month.
The first month, I paid the deposit for us to get into the house. Yes,
So that was the agreement, and that had
the house. Yes.
so that was the agreement, and that hasn't been happening. You believed that the two of you were moving in together to get married.
Yes.
You found out later that he's living a double life
Yes.
because he has a whole relationship with Becky.
Yes.
But you're still living in the home?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're suing for $1,500 because you want to move and you want to make sure when you move you're going to get your security deposit back?
She played
Who is the? And you
herself.
have a landlord, a management
Yeah.
company?
Yes.
Okay, so go to the management company and ask for it to be taken off the lease. Is your name on the lease?
Yes, ma'am.
Ask to be taken off the lease and to get your $1,500 security deposit back when you move. I don't think you're going to move. Should you move? Yes. Why? Because you're not happy in the relationship. Mr. Leonard said there are skeletons in your closet as well. He has not submitted a substantial amount of proof of that. But according to everything you've said today, it's almost like you put 4 years into this. You're 32 years old. You're not married, and you feel reluctant. It's as if you're reluctant to move on because you don't think you're going to find somebody else, because it's been so long. But there's no need to continue it on after 4 years if it's not working out for you, and it's not working out for you. He has Becky
No, I don't.
that he can call on anytime he wants to. They've been in a relationship for 2 years. There are questions about the finances and how that's being run in the home. You say she's not fiscally responsible, so she is not ready for marriage. You say the same thing.
True.
That she's not ready for marriage because she does not know how to manage her finances. And if that is indeed the case, that is also a valid point. But I don't think the two of you get past the real issues in the case, and that is your agreement about what this relationship really is. And that is because it's really unclear and muddled, because you say you've established these rules and these boundaries and he doesn't abide by the agreement. Frankly, there are no
They're
consequences.
one-sided. They're one-sided.
It's not one-sided.
It's a one-sided agreement.
It's not one-sided.
How is it one-sided?
I can't win.
I can't even do
How is it
it.
one-sided?
I cannot win in this because I can't do anything. But she gets
What
to
do you
flirt.
mean
She
you
gets to get
can't
extra
do
attention. She gets to
anything?
get all of those things.
Mr. Leonard, you say it's one-sided. It
But
appears you are getting a lot of
Right.
benefits
No.
out of the way this relationship has been conducted the last 2 years. And you have not told me one time that you asked for permission for something
I have done it.
and you didn't get the permission, or that you got in trouble for something that you asked permission to do and that you did. So, Miss Jordan, my advice to you is this is not the relationship that you want to be in. It's time for you to move on. In addition, you even said that he doesn't take care of you the way other men in your life have, and that's something that you're looking for as well. As far as the $1,500, I'm not going to order him to pay you $1,500 because you get that back.
Okay. So let's end the video right here. But before we go, come closer. I gotta talk. We gotta talk. Okay, come closer. First of all, guys, like, us females, we need to do better. Like, stop settling for things that you do not want. Stop settling for men that you do not want. Like, it don't matter who has to say what or who has to say who. You are the one that's gonna be in the relationship. You are the one that's gonna have to deal with it. If you want a man that's gonna provide for you for everything in the house, and that's one of your, you know, things that you're not willing to compromise on, then don't compromise on it, because you're gonna get into a relationship and you're gonna be unhappy. Like, that don't make no sense to me. Second of all, this is why those open relationships most of the time do not work, or when people decide to go and do a threesome or whatever, it does not work. It takes a lot, especially on a woman, you know, and I'm not even trying to be like, but it takes a lot for a woman to not get like jealous or whatever. And this woman was not even jealous, but like, the thing is, a man, especially a man that's a swinger, he's a swinger for a reason, because he wants to live his life the way that he wants to live his life. He doesn't want to have to ask or just abide by anyone's rules. And that's why at the end he said that those rules are one-sided, even though he's benefiting from it. All because the rule did not come from him, even though he agreed to it though, and he's benefiting from it. You know, so I don't even know. And let's talk about, like, this is the thing that shocked me the most. This man is not attracted to her. He is not into her physically. He's not into her emotionally. He's not into her mentally. He's not into her financially. I don't know, like, what other thing can I say? He's not into her, because he is not into black women. He's into white women. Like, what kind of man sits here and says, I like having sex with white women? And the nerve of it all, he was even like, oh, I feel like I'm cheating. This is the part that had me, honestly. This is why I keep talking about it. Like, I feel like I'm cheating on Becky with her. Mind you, that's your girlfriend. Like, how? Like, I feel embarrassed for her. Like, I feel so bad for her. I feel embarrassed because what the freak? Nah, but seriously, guys, we gotta do better. When a man tells you who he is and he shows you who he is, you know, if you don't want it, then, you know, it doesn't matter how much you like him and how much you feel like you're attracted to him. Just carry your two legs, carry one, put it up the other, and start running. Run. Because this is how you waste your time. 4 years later, 2 years into the relationship, he met a Becky, and he's been with this Becky for 2 years of your relationship. 4 years later, 4 years of somebody's life, another man would have probably seen you already and married you. You would have, like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is why open relationship with rules, that's some bullshit. Oh, we friends with benefits, but we have rules. That's how the next thing you know, you have an STD. Like, I'm not even trying to judge. We've all been there, trust me. But like, this is how you play yourself. Open relationship with what? If that's not what you want, you better take your 2 legs and run. Take your 2 legs, your 2 arms, and run. Because that man, once it's open, that means that it's open. There's nothing blocking him. There's nothing stopping him. If he liked you that much, he would have never wanted to share you anyway. Like, I don't get it. But then, you know, let me not say too much. Some people are into polygamous or polyandry relationship, but to me, I feel like I don't get it. That's all I have to say. But if y'all decided that y'all were gonna be in a monogamous relationship but swingers, there's no rules though. There's no rules. Like, there's no rules. He's gonna do what he wants. That's why he's a swinger. Anyway, I've repeated myself a bit too much, but that's what I want to say. Like, stop settling for men that do not deserve you. And if that's not what you want out of a relationship, and if that's not what you want out of a man, just don't settle down. Like, just, I feel y'all, but just don't settle down. Like, there's too many men out here for you to be here 4 years. When I think about it, it hurts me. It hurts me. Like, 4 years of somebody's life, girl. Anyway, y'all let me know how y'all like this video. If you would like to see more of those kind of videos, let me know and I'll do them. Yeah, we are now at the end of this video. I don't talk too much already and I'm tired. Good night, guys. See you in my next one, and I love you. Stay positive, okay?
I appreciate all the love to my beauties, kisses and hugs.